Our perimeter and area in the coordinate plane. Perimeter and area in the coordinate plane. So we're not writing anything on the outside except that this is lesson 3.8. Yeah, this is lesson 3.8. So you can probably fit your I can statement on here. I can and have plenty of room. All right. So this is lesson 3.8. So flip flop, dilly up. And we're going to start with a triangle. So we have a triangle. I'm trying to make this so I can actually balance. There we go. So we have triangle FGH. I don't know why that I is after that. That's a huge, because this was really a rectangle and I got rid of it. Does yours say FGHI? Get rid of that I. It's not I. There's just 3 vertices. So we're going to do triangle FGH. So I'm going to plot my points first. So F, -1, -3. G, -3, +2. Oops. G. And H, 2, 2. And then I am going to connect my points with some fabulous line segments. All right. So the first thing that it's asking us to do is find the area. So do you guys want to turn this into a rectangle and subtract so you have a visual of it, or do you just want to drop a perpendicular? So we're going to do a quadrilateral next. I say we just drop a perpendicular on this. So I want to talk about area really fast. Area of a triangle. Area of a triangle is the base times height divided by 2. Okay, so base. We said yesterday that the base and the height are always perpendicular to each other. So if this is my base, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I have to drop a perpendicular, meaning I have to draw a line that's perpendicular to the base that represents the height. So we have to go from the tallest point of the triangle and work our way to the base. So this is our height right here. I'm going to draw this line. And then I'm going to put a little box there so I know that this is perpendicular to the base. And I know that because one line is horizontal and the other one is vertical. That's how I know that. So now I'm just going to count how tall my height is. Well, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 times 5 divided by 2, which equals 12.5 square units. 12.5 square units. Now for the perimeter, I have to add up all the sides. So there's a couple of things that you need to see about the perimeter. The sides that I need to add up, I can count one of the sides. I know that this measure is 5 up top. I know that this has a measure of 5, but I have to figure out these 2 sides. So I'm going to turn these into triangles. So I'm going to draw a triangle here on the left, and they're going to be right triangles. And then I'm going to draw a triangle on the right. Now we're not subtracting out area. We're just trying to find the length of the hypotenuse of each one of these triangles. So I'm going to label these sides. This is A and B and C of the pink triangle. And then I have A and B and C of the orange triangle, because that's going to give us our measures of those 2 legs. They're different. I know they look the same, but they're not. So let's figure out the measures of the pink triangle first, this segment right here. So what is the value of A? So I'm coming down here and I'm writing pink triangle. So value of A, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 squared plus the leg B is how many units? So 2 squared equals C squared. Let's see, that's 25 plus 4 equals C squared. 29 equals C squared. And the square root of 29 is about, give me an about measure. It's about 5.4. About 5.4. Okay. Now I'm going to find the measure of the C, the leg, for that orange triangle or yellow triangle that I made up there. Okay. So the first thing I have to do is figure out the A, B, and the C. So it really looks orange on the, I used a yellow highlighter. That's so weird. I just think that the camera is crazy. So let's figure out the measure of A. 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 squared plus, I'm going to write orange over the top of that because that's going to bother me. Orange / yellow. 3 squared plus, how tall is that B leg? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squared equals C squared. So let's see, 3 squared is 9 plus 25 equals C squared. 9 and 25 is 34 equals C squared. And when I take the square root of both sides, I find out that C is about 5.8. So my perimeter is equivalent to 5, that was the base, plus the 2 legs that we just found, 5.4 and 5.8. So my perimeter is about, and I use an about sign because why? What did I do? Because I rounded, right? Didn't I round? So what is 5 plus 5 plus 5? And then that's 15, and 0.4 and 0.8 is 1.2. So my perimeter is about 16.2 units. My perimeter is about 16.2 units. So I'm going to freeze that up so you guys can take a second to write all that down. If you're done with that, go ahead and go to the next side. And again, we're finding the perimeter and the area. We're going to find the perimeter and the area, maybe just the area. I think that I need to look at it first. Of the next shape. So are we ready to go to the next one? Raise your hand if you're still looking at that and you need that up for another minute. Okay, so I'm going to move to the next one, quadrilateral A, B, C, D. So let's plot those points. So our first ordered pair is the ordered pair 8, 1. Label it as point A. Our next ordered pair, B, 4, -5. B, 4, -5. C is -6, +1. And D is -2, +7. 2, +7. So we're just going to find the area of this one. We're going to just only do the area. So I'm going to connect my points with line segments as neatly as I possibly can. Okay. So if I want to find the area of this shape, since I have no horizontal or vertical lines, no known perpendiculars, what do I have to do? What do I have to turn this into? Yeah, put a box around it. Make it a rectangle. Yeah. It's kind of like putting a ring on it, right? We're going to make it a rectangle. You can find the distances of the points. You can go from A to D and D to C, but do you know that those are perpendicular to each other? So you would have to do all of that. You'd first of all have to show that they're perpendicular. Then you'd have to show like perpendicular to each other to prove it's a rectangle. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's easier to just turn it into a rectangle and subtract out the areas of the triangles. Okay, so I put a pink box around it, and I'm going to label each one of my triangles. So triangle 1, triangle 2, triangle 3, and triangle 4. So we're looking for the area. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to find the area of the rectangle, which is length times width. So what is the length of my rectangle and what is the width? Well, I think it has a length of 14. And I think it has a width of 14 also. Is someone checking my math there? Checking my counting? That's a 7, not a 9. So it's 7, it's 14 by 12, actually. 14 by 12. Is that better? Okay. So someone tell me what 14 times 12 is. 168 square units. Okay. So what are we going to do from that? We're going to take the area of the rectangle and we're going to subtract the area of triangle 1 plus the area of triangle 2 plus the area of triangle 3 plus the area of triangle 4. That's what we're going to do, right? Do you guys remember doing that? We did that yesterday a couple of times. So let's find the area of all those triangles down below. And I feel like after you do an activity like this, you're so proficient at calculating the area of a triangle. So area of triangle number 1. So triangle 1. Let's see. It has a base of 1, 2, 3, 4, and a height of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 4 times 6 divided by 2. Well, that's 24 divided by 2 is 12 square units. That's triangle 1. Now I'm going to go to the area of triangle 2. So I'm going to write triangle 2, and I'm going to count. It has a height of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a base of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 times 10 divided by 2. Well, 6 times 10 is 60, divided by 2 is 30 square units. Now I'm going to go to triangle 3. So triangle 3. I'm finding its area. So let's see. Triangle 3 has a base of 1, 2, 3, 4 times a height of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 times 6 divided by 2 equals 12. It has the same exact area and dimensions as triangle number 1. The last one that I'm going to look at is triangle 4. So I have to kind of scroll up to see the measurements, count the measurements of triangle 4. So triangle 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 times 10 divided by 2, which equals 30 square units. So total triangle area. Well, that's 12 plus 60 plus 12 plus 60, which equals 144, I believe, right? Hang on a second. I'm doing the total triangle area. I'm just adding those up. Okay, 144. So to find the area that's left over, I take my rectangle area minus my triangle area. So I have 168 minus 144. And what do I get? Kian, I see what you're saying. Kian, I see what you're saying. These aren't 60, these are 30. Thank you, Kian. You should have just shouted at me. Yo, lady, those are 30, not 60. Yo, lady, those are 30, not 60. I would have been okay with that. 60, 70, 84. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Okay. You can shout at the rooftops. Shout at the rooftops. So 168 minus 84. 168 minus 84 is what? Is 84. So it's half. That's kind of creepy. 84 square units. And that is your 3.8 journal. That is your 3.8 journal.